What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Team Member Perspective Podcast Show. My name is Coulter, and I'm your host. And yeah, our podcast is really meant for insurance agency owners as well as their teams. As we talk about a lot of these topics, we're really focused on helping insurance agencies, agents, and team members upgrade your thinking, so you can ultimately write more policies. When you write those policies, we want to make those policies worth more, so that ultimately we can have a bigger impact on those around us, on our customers, on our prospects, helping people ensure that they are properly protected and have the coverage in place that they want. I don't know if it's that they need, but that they want. And just upgrading our skills and understanding and learning processes and systems that we can take and implement so we can do all of that. Right now, I think that's the beautiful thing of this space. If you're an agency owner, or maybe you're a team member that you listen to these, that, guys, what an incredible opportunity where the more that we sell apps and premium, the more that we're helping protect people. So it's a win. And I think approaching our roles as team members, if we're selling, or approaching our agency with that mindset of, you know what, the more that we do, the more that we benefit, but the more that our customers will benefit as well. So what a treat. And I hope that as you really think about that, that's the mindset that you have, you're not going to really feel like salespeople. And you're going to be persistent in your follow-up because you know that the products and services that you offer solves a problem. It fills in a gap in these people's financial futures. Like, it's such a win, and why would you not follow up? Why would you not have that persistence and actually have these sales conversations knowing that, look, you can make as much money as you want, right? And I talk about that a lot, but team members truly are in an opportunity. You're not in a job. And until you can treat it like that, until you can view your role as an opportunity, you're not going to get out of it what you could if you would just view it as an opportunity. So it's all the mindset. It all starts up top that, hey, I'm in an opportunity, I'm not in a job. Okay, so I challenge you, highly recommend adopting that mindset. It's a learned mindset. And that's going to segue me in to what I wanted to share today. And my message is around mindset, specifically your mindset around money. And I want to share a little bit about my backstory and how my mindset around money has changed and how it has helped me continue to level up and get to different levels in my professional life. Okay? And there is a mindset that you have around money. And I would encourage you to really evaluate what mindset is. What are your beliefs about money? Okay? Early on in my life, Coulter's mindset about money was that there wasn't a whole lot of money around. That there wasn't a whole lot of ways to make money. That the only ways that mom and dad make money is to go to their job, to go and trade their time for money from 9 till 5:30, 9 till 6. They're going to put in this work to make their money. And no matter what they do, they're just getting paid by the hour. They're getting a salary, and that was it, right? That was my mindset about money. And for me to be able to have money, I needed to get in a job like them so I could go and make money, and just like they were doing, right? But like, my mindset about money was that it was scarce, okay? That there wasn't a whole lot of money, that there was only there were a few different routes that I could take to go ahead and make money, right? Even going through school, like grade school, and I think maybe this was probably like middle school, junior high, maybe getting into high school. I remember going to like these, I think it was like a computer class, I don't know. But I remember we were told to decide what we wanted to do for our career. And I'm looking through all these different titles of jobs, and I'm like, I don't know. But there was like this external pressure that, like, if I didn't decide on a career, I wasn't going to make a lot of money. And so this mindset of I need to get into a job so I can make a lot of money was one that I had developed, and it was one that was really scarce, okay? But up until I went and did door-to-door sales, I had this scarce mindset. And it's just all that I knew. It's all that I knew because of the life that I had, because of the family that I had and what they had chosen for their career paths, and hearing mom and dad say like how they're stuck in their corporate roles because they didn't get an education, because they didn't go to college, there's only so far that they can advance in their job, in their company. And so for me, it was always taught and I was told, like, you need to go and get a degree. Like, in order for you to make money, you need to go and get a degree. And so that was always part of my plan as I was growing up. My plan was, you're going to grow up, you're going to take as much college classes that you can in high school, which I did. I remember I was in history, okay? Now, I would not consider myself smart. I will say that I work really hard, but I wouldn't say that I was smart. I remember AP History was going to give me like 16 credits into history, but I was just doing it because I knew that I needed to get college done to get into a job that could pay me money. But I remember getting into it, and guys, it was hard. Like, I was extremely stressed. I remember getting 40 to 50% scores on our exams about history. Like, it was just so much information. Anyways, I ended up dropping out of that class because I decided, I'm not going to go into history. Why am I taking all this history credits? I don't need that many history credits to graduate. So I ended up dropping out and going into a different history class that still gave me some college credits. Anyway, it was great, okay? And so I took as many of these college courses that I could in high school, and it was great, right? And then, I get into college and I get my degree. But, as I was going to college, I started doing door-to-door sales. And this was really my first opportunity that I had ever had, right? It wasn't a job. It wasn't like I was trading my time for money. It wasn't that I was getting paid hourly. It wasn't that I had a salary. It was 100% commission. And it was just a summer thing. And so I go out there and I stick with it. And I ended up making really good money that the dimensions of my brain grew that first summer when I realized, oh my word, I just made that amount of money in that period of time. That's crazy, okay? And so my mind started to grow. The dimensions of my mind grew that first year to where the second year I was like, it's a no-brainer. Like, I'm going again, because here's the deal. The first year, I was able to pay for all of my school, my college on my own, okay? Buy some like new wheels and tires for my Toyota Tacoma that I thought was freaking awesome, okay? I was able to do all that and still live throughout the school year without having to work, so I could just focus on school for that amount of money that I made in those 3 to 4 months, okay? So I'd work all summer, come home, go to school, and not have to work then. Like, I made that much money in that condensed period of time that my mind grew. Whereas the second year, I was like, why would I not do this? I still have school to finish. How am I going to pay for this? This was a great opportunity for me, so I went out again. But this time, it was a little bit better of an opportunity because now I was managing people. Now I had taken a team. I had recruited all these guys to come with me to San Antonio, and we were going to go sell, right? And I made a lot of money to where I could come home, and guess what? I paid for all my school, and I didn't have to work while I went to school, right? So the dimensions of my brain grew even more because I made even more money. That I realized now that I sell, now I can help people sell and train them and have a team, I can make even more money. Okay, so the dimensions of my brain grew again. But it wasn't until I had that opportunity that I started to develop a mindset of abundance. And that's my first message. What's up, guys? Real quick, just want to let you know, if you want to get in touch with me directly, here is one way to do it. You can text me at 435-512-1647. Again, 435-512-1647. If you've got a question around pivoting, how can I pivot effectively, overcoming objections, or whatever topic that you feel like you could use help in right now, text me and we'll get you some resources over. We'll get you some trainings over. But also, if you want to get involved with us here at the Team Member Perspective and you want to plug into a community of high performers, of people that are playing at a really high level, if you want to get around those people and learn what they're doing and train with us and practice with us, please text me. We can get you some more details. Again, that phone number is 435-512-1647. Appreciate you and enjoy. Around a mindset of money, abundance over scarcity. This is a learned mindset. It's one that I was not born with, but one that I have really tried hard to adopt. And it's one that I really focus on every day to make sure that up here, I am focusing on abundance with money. There's a lot of money to be made. There's not a lack of money, right? There's a lot of money. And so I really strive to develop this mindset around abundance, specifically with money. Now, not just with money, but I want to still talk a little bit about that money mindset, right? So what does it mean to have this abundance mindset with money. The way I view it is this. Like, the way that you treat money on a daily basis will tell you where your mindset is at with money. Okay? When you go to the store, right? Are you looking at every single price tag and trying to just go with the cheapest option? I've been there. I've done that. Okay? Are you, when you go and you go out to eat to dinner, are you making the decisions on what you're going to get based on how much it costs? I've been there. I've done that. Are you finding that you're checking your bank account multiple times a day? I've been there. I've done that. Are you finding that you're focusing a lot on your bills and like hyper focusing on your bills to where it stresses you out? I've been there. Done that. Okay? When you do those things, what you're doing is that that's telling me that you have this mindset around scarcity with money, okay? You're holding on your money so tight, okay? And so how do we get more to an abundance thinking mindset with our daily activities of what we do every day? If we go back to the example as you're in the grocery store, right? Maybe just try not to look so much into how much things are costing. Right? And don't take this for financial advice. I'm just telling you this is what I had to do and train myself to do to start to go from scarce mindset about money to now an abundant mindset about money. Okay? And it's like this identity change. It's interesting. Okay? What about when you go to a restaurant? Like, maybe just try to find a meal that like you actually want to eat and don't worry about the price so much. I'm telling you, in the grand scheme of things, this is a mindset that I developed. One that I look at my decisions through as far as what I'm spending money on is, okay, if I spend $10 more and get an actual steak that I want to eat here, is that going to make a difference for me in a year? Am I going to notice that difference in a year? Probably not. Okay? And again, don't take this as financial advice. I just want to share with you how I was able to go from a scarce mindset to now adopting and developing an abundant mindset around money. Okay? I stopped looking and focusing and only making my decision on what I was buying in the grocery store solely based on the price. I was always choosing great value stuff, okay? Now, guess what I do? I actually choose the more expensive stuff just to continue to work that muscle. It's interesting, okay? When I go to dinner, it's the same thing. Like, it's uncomfortable. It feels uncomfortable for me because I'm like untying these limiting beliefs about money. I'm like going against what I've believed my whole life about how money's so scarce, and I'm forcing myself almost, like, I don't like that word because I actually really enjoy it. I've seen so many beautiful things come with this mindset of abundance, but it's like I'm putting myself in these uncomfortable situations to test myself a little bit, okay? So through the grocery store, when you go out to eat, checking the bank account. Guys, I used to do that 3, 4, 5 times a day, and I was looking at like my total balance and see it go, and all of a sudden I feel stressed, and like I was just hyper-focusing on the money that I have that I didn't want to give it up, right? It's very interesting that now I don't check my bank account. I've actually designated that to my wife. As funny as that sounds, my wife's kind of in charge of all the bills. She's in charge of paying off the credit cards, making sure the bills are paid, because I don't want to go there in my mind, because I want to stay on this abundance mindset of money. And what I've seen happen is this. As I've gone and really put myself in positions to go from scarcity thinking to abundance thinking with money, is I've seen this concept that I've talked about a lot, and I hear a lot of people talk about, of the law of attraction. Whatever you focus on expands. And now that I'm focusing less, in fact, I'm not even focusing at all on, the money that I'm spending in a grocery store and the money that I'm spending when going out to eat. And guys, like, I'm living in my means, right? Or I'm not looking at my bank account 50 times a day, and I'm not hyper-focusing on my bills and all that stuff. Now that I'm not thinking about those things, and I'm choosing to think about and focus on making more money, gaining more money, guess what I'm getting more of? Money. It's very interesting. Guess how I'm feeling? I'm feeling very positive. I'm feeling very optimistic. I'm focusing on possibility and not problem because I've just shifted my mindset from scarcity thinking to a place of abundance, okay? And so I don't know what that looks like for you, but it has been absolutely life-changing in a lot of different areas. And now my beliefs about money have changed because I'm thinking more about abundance. I'm not holding on to my money so tightly, right? I have written pretty big checks. I've slid the credit card on pretty big purchases to get around people that can help me even more with my mindset, that can help me learn skills, that can help me make more money. And it's been so cool to see that, yeah, like guys, it's not easy. It's not easy to go and swipe your card for 5, 10, 15 grand. Like share that with you because a while ago my mind couldn't even get over that and like actually understand why I would ever do that. Okay, but now that I am doing it, what has been really cool is every time I've invested money in myself, okay, in my skills, invested money in me, my education, every time that I've done that, it has been so cool to see how quickly that money has come back to me. Just because of the skills that I've learned or the strategies that I've learned that I implemented that brought back money to me so quickly. Very cool. But it all started with focusing from, let's go from scarcity here and let's go to more of like abundance here, okay? Now, I'm going to bring this all together as how this affects you as a team member, even an agency owner, that your beliefs about money, like that might be your roadblock from where you want to go, is maybe your beliefs about money are maybe they're scarcity driven instead of abundance driven, okay? And so the first message I have around your mindset around money is do anything you can to develop a mindset around abundance. There is plenty of money to be had. You don't need to hold on to your money so tightly. You don't need to be focusing on your money leaving and all these bills and how much you're spending at the grocery store, how much you're spending at the restaurant. Like, focus on like making more money and see what happens. Okay, but it all starts with that abundance over scarcity mindset. Okay, so that's my first message. The second message is that you deserve money, okay? You deserve it. But if you don't believe that, that will limit you, okay? You need to get to a place where like you're okay with the money that you're receiving. That your beliefs about money is that you do deserve this money. And you deserve a lot of it. If so-and-so can make a lot of money, why can't you? But for whatever reason, guys, we have this like limiting belief that we don't deserve the money. And that it's like the door is shut for us to receive more of that money. Okay, but when we have this mindset that we don't feel like we deserve money, that will spill into our daily actions. If you don't feel like you can make $100,000 a year as a team member, you don't feel like you deserve that amount of money, that, oh yeah, they can do it, but I don't deserve that. If that's where your mindset is, the door to $100,000 as a team member is shut. There's a lock on it. There's a padlock. It is completely locked. Good luck getting there. But if you do, figure out how you can develop a mindset around like, I deserve money. I do. I deserve $100,000 a year as a team member. And you can work that muscle. Because it's not like you just be like, oh yeah, I deserve the money. I'm good. No, guys. It's like just like working out at the gym. If you want to get bigger muscles, guess what you got to do? You got to lift weights and you got to lift heavier weights. Okay, it's not easy. You don't just snap your fingers and all of a sudden you're buff as can be, right? It just doesn't work that way. It's the same thing with this mindset. You can't just say, I deserve this money and call it good. You've got to figure out how you can think about the fact that you deserve money regularly, consistently, every day. That you're thinking more about the fact that you deserve money than you are the fact that you don't on a daily basis, right? So for me, something I did as a team member is I would read affirmations. I created affirmations that I wanted. Like I created these money affirmations that I would read to myself out loud every single morning in my truck, in my car, around money. Because that's the way I wanted to start to think about money. And as I repeated it to myself hundreds, if not thousands of times over the course of a couple of years, I started to notice that's the thinking patterns that I started to develop. And it's the whole concept of like the red car. If you go to the dealership and let's say that you're in the market for a new car and you test drive a handful of cars, but you don't buy one, but you figure out, holy cow, I love red cars. But you don't buy one. You get in your car and you drive home. How many red cars are you seeing on the road? Like, they're everywhere. But how many did you see on your way to the dealership before you knew that you liked red cars? Probably zero. Okay, so that principle right there, whatever you choose to think about, you will get more of. So if you figure out how to train your mind to think about money and the fact that you do deserve money, your brain will go to work for you and it will justify and show you why you do deserve money. Interesting. Okay, so you deserve money, but you've got to evaluate that belief. Okay, so that's my second message. My third message around a mindset around money is that your pocket does not look nor feel the same as Joe's pocket. Joe could be a prospect that you're quoting. Joe could be a customer that you're quoting. Your pocket does not look or feel like Joe's pocket. That is the assumption that you need to lean into. Stop assuming that something's expensive because what's expensive for you might not be expensive for Joe. Who knows? Maybe in your mind, you're like, okay, I'm trying to sell this life insurance policy, but it's like $3,600 a year, which is, oh my gosh, if I do the math, that's $300 a month. Like, I can't afford $300 a month. And so I'm not going to talk to Joe about this. I'm just going to go for the $20 a month policy. That's an example of selling out of your own pocket, okay? But for all, Joe could be a business owner, and it's November, and Joe's, I need to spend some money. And when you approach him and you say, hey, we've got this coverage that can pay off your mortgage if you pass away, that way Amy and the kids are never in a position where they might have to struggle to make this monthly payment, like on top of trying to deal with losing you. Maybe you do that, and Joe wants to pay the full $3,600 up front for the year. Who knows? Maybe Joe is, can I put in $20,000 a year? Okay, so stop assuming that something's expensive just because it feels expensive for you. Stop assuming that it's going to be expensive for Joe. Just find out if it is, okay? Like, I feel like the more that we assume in sales, the less we actually sell, and the more that we limit ourselves. It's very interesting. Stop assuming. Get the information directly from the source, which is Joe, but just lean in, build the value, and deliver the price. Let Joe tell you how he feels about that instead of you deciding that it's expensive and you don't even actually go through it. Okay, so you see how these mindsets that you have around money will actually spill into what action you do take and what action you don't take in the agency as a team member? Same goes for us agents, right? Okay? So that's my third message, is your pocket does not feel or look the same as Joe's. And Joe, you can replace that name with any of your customers or prospects. In fact, anyone. Okay? And then my fourth message around money and a mindset around money is this. The absolute greatest investment that you can ever make is investing in yourself. Investing in becoming a better version of yourself. The best version of yourself. Meaning, invest in skills. I feel that you team members listening to this is like one of the greatest opportunities that you will ever have in your life. An opportunity where you get to learn skills that will pay you for the rest of your life. A lot of money for the rest of your life if you will just simply take it seriously and take action to actually acquire those skills, okay? The greatest investment you can make is in you, okay? And so learn skills, right? And I think the easiest and quickest way for you to learn is to just start having conversations. Bring up life insurance even though you don't know anything about it. To people about a disability insurance policy even though you feel like maybe you don't really truly believe in it. Quote Joe $10,000 a year in a limited pay permanent policy even though that feels really expensive for you and that's hard for you to do. Okay? Confidence and results come after you take the action, not before. And you have this opportunity, like the field is like right there, ready for you to go out and harvest. Make a lot of money, but also learn the skills that are going to pay you for the rest of your life. So the greatest investment that you could ever make is in yourself. And I am going all in on that. I have hired coaches. I am always hiring new coaches, being involved in new coaching programs because it has been the greatest investment that I've ever made was in myself and will continue to be in myself, in learning skills and learning strategies that are going to take me to a whole new level. Getting around people that will challenge me, that will challenge my thinking, people that are thinking bigger than me. That has been like one of the biggest hacks that I've come upon in the last few years of my life is, yeah, it costs money. And is it easy to swipe the card for that much money and to be involved in these programs? No. But what happens is you actually learn things. You learn these skills that truthfully will allow you to make that money back and a lot more and will pay you for the rest of your life. It's this cheat code. I don't know if you played video games like me growing up, but that was my life. I'd print off all these cheat codes and stuff them into the case. But like, I could get this cheat code on one of my baseball games to get this bat that every time I'd swing and hit it, as long as I made contact, it would go out of the park. That is a cheat code, right? I'm learning these like real life cheat codes from these different coaches, from these different mentors in sales, in mindset, in running a business, okay? In learning how to do a podcast. Like, I've hired coaches for this. I'm not perfect by any means, but I've gotten so much better because I've actually taken what they've said and what they've taught me, and I've actually just implemented it, even though I don't really know what I'm doing, right? But I'm telling you, the greatest investment you could ever make is in yourself, okay? And so to finish up, think about and evaluate your mindset around money. We got to go from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. You've got to get to a place where your belief is that I do deserve money. I deserve a lot of it. You've got to train yourself to not care about the price, that your pocket doesn't look or feel the same as Joe's. And invest in yourself, in developing skills, in your skill set, in your mindset. It's the greatest investment that I have ever made and will continue to make. So I appreciate you guys. Obviously, you know that I run a coaching program myself specific to insurance team members that are selling life and health products. That's really where we specialize. Maybe reach out to us, get on a call with us, and see maybe if this is one of those things that can help you get to that next level, start making more money, develop more skills, and really just go farther and go faster. Like, we've got a lot of cheat codes, and I would love to share them with you. So click the description below and let's connect.